That's a drug that I would put up the ass.
Why? Why?
Because I think it would hit like immediately.
Pitch a tent. Brent says, he has a bunch of questions. So he says, has Boston ever boofed his gear? What is boofing? I wanted to ask you.
I've never heard of that.
Do you know what that is, Mike?
I would assume boofing means like underdosing and putting more fillers in it or whatever.
No, I think it's something to do with putting things up the rectum, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna skip this question then. I think it might be that. So we're gonna skip
that?
He says, I've heard.
That probably is putting it up the ass. No, but I've been tempted to. Oh shit! Leo, I forgot to tell you. What? I got the fucking Molly, and we're gonna put it up our asses and fuck on it.
Oh, this is what you got to do. Well, I don't know about putting it up your own, but she's gonna really enjoy it. You should really.
Well, will I not get the effects?
No, you'll get the effects, but
then I'll do it.
Might be a little gay. It might be. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Hey, you have to update me. Don't just disappear. For last week, you disappeared. I didn't hear from you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, this week, update me. Usually, you text me during the week. Last week, you didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tell me about this experience. I want to know.
Cool drugs.
I'm gonna live vicariously through you. Okay, so he also asked one thing. He said, "Would using Cerebrolysin 1 day a week help with CNS, central nervous system fatigue from bodybuilding, or for mental stress and anxiety induced by bodybuilding pharmaceuticals?" I absolutely think so. I really believe. It's called Cerebrolysin. It's purified growth factors for the brain from pig. But it's not growth hormone. It's brain derived neurotrophic factor, glial cell derived neurotrophic factor, nerve growth factor, all these kind of things. Started using this. They're used usually for when people get traumatic brain injuries or they get strokes. They give this to them in the hospital for a few days to help the mind recover. I used it for various reasons, but I really believe it's underutilized. If I was a powerlifter now, or if I had clients that are powerlifters or serious competitors, I would be using it like once a week. In fact,
the benefits are more long-term, or do you take it and you kind of feel more of like just like a relaxed feeling after taking it? Like you don't feel like any effects right away. It's more of a longer-term thing.
Have you ever tried ibogaine or heard of it?
No.
Okay. So it's an incredible thing. If you inject like 5 cc's of Cerebrolysin, you'll sleep very deeply. The next morning, you'll wake up with zero anxiety. You'll be a little bit of it's life changing, bro. It's life changing. It's like taking an antidepressant in 1 day. Like if you take it 3 days in a row, it's like you were 6 months on an antidepressant. Because what antidepressants do is they raise the growth factors in the brain. That's actually what they do. So if you just inject them, you get a similar effect. I discovered. But really, the thing I'm thinking about is this: like your nerves, when you're pushing your nerves and powerlifting and stuff like that. I really believe either like once a month you do 3 days in a row or 1 day a week, something like that. It could be really useful. Okay, so Marco says, I want to know, Mike, what do you think about this? He says, Marco says, what gear should a person never touch? I wonder if Boston will say.
I'd say first of all, that would depend on their blood work. If you have, naturally higher liver enzymes like me, probably a better idea to stay away from that long-term heavy oral use.
How high are yours? You mentioned that before. How high are your enzymes?
My liver enzymes?
Yeah,
naturally. I don't remember the numbers, but I remember before I ever started gear, I went in for blood work to know what I was getting into because I didn't want to not know. And then I did a cycle and did blood work, and my, doctor would be like, "Oh my God, Mike, you have this problem and that problem." So I wanted to be aware and know what I was getting into. That's why I always tell my clients, guys, make sure you know what your blood is prior to doing a cycle, so you don't freak the fuck out if you see like me, my liver enzymes higher because they've always been high. I'm not sure exactly what they're at. My LT's always been significantly higher, but I think Tudka helped lower it, to be honest.
Yeah, Tudka is awesome. So I just want to mention, if your liver enzymes, like if ALT and AST if your liver enzymes ALT and AST are around 20, you probably don't have anything to be worried about. If they're around 40 or 50, you may just be a weightlifter. If you're a weightlifter, you're burning protein and all that, you're good. ALT is going to be high. Now, if your ALT and AST is 40 or 50 and you're not a weightlifter, you probably have fatty liver disease. You should go do an ultrasound of your liver, find out if it's fatty, and you might have to deal with that. Or you could be a drinker, and you're actually harming your liver.
I feel like it's so common, though, Leo, for weightlifters and bodybuilders to have a little bit of a fatty liver due to the fact of our diets and our lifestyle.
Yes. I've been saying this for a year and a half on YouTube.
We talked about that the other day, Mike.
Yeah.
This is one of the first things I've ever talked about on YouTube. Is I think that a lot of the gut in bodybuilding, like you remember when your belly stuck out on your Instagram when you were taking insulin, when you were with Milos, I saw a post you made of your belly. That I feel is when part of that I feel is a fatty liver. And when you get a fatty liver in combination, you usually start to hold water around your organs also. It's hard not to have a fatty liver if you're eating all day. You're never fasting.
And the crazy amounts of protein for, long periods of time, right?
And insulin. And the insulin has a huge role in it.
But I got mine checked, and my doctor said I have a little bit of a fatty liver. He's like, it's not abnormal, but it's not great. But he's like, you're fine. Just keep an eye on it, kind of thing.
Almost everybody has one now in the US.
Yeah.
It's like 40% of the population, of the adult population. It's very common.
Yeah.
In Boston, you have any gear that you think is worthless?
Oh, worthless?
Yeah, no, somebody should not touch, whether it's harmful or worthless.
I don't know, man. I'm willing to try everything. I mean, I've tried pretty much everything. I don't know, man. I don't like to say that. I think all drugs have a purpose.
Yeah, Halo testing, you both think is useful?
Oh yeah.
Before competition only, huh? You do?
I don't know about the word love, but it definitely has a place. It definitely has
That's a drug that I would put up the ass.
Why?
Because I think it would hit like immediately. Like I have liquid Halo that you shake up. I would like in oral form.
But Scott snorts it, right?
Oh yeah, see that would work too.
There's lines of Halo, yeah.
That would work. I would do that, yeah.
That's like an aggression right after you sniff that. It's just you feel like you're fucking turning into Hercules right away.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, we'll do a couple more. So these are some nootropics ones. Okay, this is a cool one. The Juicy one says, does heavy bulking with accelerated weight gain have its place in bodybuilding, meaning gaining excess fat? There's an interesting question, boss. I don't know if you know that Fuad and Greg had like a major argument on YouTube. Yes. Do you know about this? So
I actually agree with Greg Doucette on that one.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't think you need to put on all this weight and fat to put on muscle. I don't.
I agree.
Yeah. I think it depends on your genetics. I really do. I mean, dude, like you're not going to put on more muscle if you're just, putting on weight. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Actually, it can be counteracted because you're not getting as good blood distribution.
I completely agree. And especially with females, I notice when females get fatter, their muscles seem to get smaller. It's weird.
And drugs work way worse if you're fat.
But everything, right? And then you also look at the organ aspect. Like, it's just not benefiting you on it. And plus, imagine being fat as shit in the off season, and then you're trying to get in really good shape. How are you going to catch somebody who's already in, functioning good shape, who doesn't need to, bring the calories all the way down and do crazy amounts of cardio?
And that's what the argument was. Greg Doucette says you don't need much calories over your, needs to gain muscle, and Fuad's like, no, you need thousands of more calories than your Yeah, that's bullshit.
So I have a theory, which is a weird theory. So my thought is this: they're both in a way right. My theory is this: the reason why I think there's a discrepancy is you need to eat above your natural maintenance. You need a surplus of calories and insulin and growth factors. You want your body to want to grow. Then you want to go do cardio and burn those calories. So you want the signal, but you don't want to gain the fat. That's why I believe, because I asked Chad Nichols. I was really always curious why Chad Nichols has Ronnie Coleman, all these guys doing cardio. I'm like, dude, why don't you just lower the calories? And there's no cardio, no need for cardio. The reason is you need the growth signal from the calories. You need that intense surplus and then go burn it so you don't get fat. Because if you get fat, you ruin your whole growth. You don't want to be fat.
Yeah, and once your stomach gets to that point, right, it's hard to kind of revert that and bring it into some miracle hourglass,
Also, that's another point. You destroy your dimensions for your sport, right? Yeah. But even in like in arm wrestling or powerlifting, I don't think being fat is actually good. I mean, it gives you more mass so you could lift heavier weights, but it screws up everything else.
I feel like it's kind of part of the sport to be a little fatter when you're in strongman. I mean, they use their gut as leverage when they're
in strongman.
They hold it, right, and then before they get that final push.
That's actually true. And in bench press also, like, you need a gut.
Yeah.
To be able to
yeah, it's fun. That's like one of the few though.
Scott always tells me that. And Scott always argues with me, telling me he doesn't have a belly. He has like a gut for bench press. It's not like a real belly. He argues.
Yeah, the purpose.